All right, we are back. This is officially day 4, I believe, overall. We're gonna keep this train rolling. Um, we got a fairly good amount of progress. We got our box and our box and our hammer up to level 8. There's only a couple of levels left to max those out. Switch over and we'll go back into live. So you can see I'm on the start screen still. Testing out a new location for my light. It's actually coming from this direction. So hopefully that makes it a little bit more visible. I think that might have also been one of the issues that I was having the last stream, where I had the camera quality was not up to par, which, yeah, it's looking like it's a lot better. I have it up on my phone just to kind of see. Yeah, it's also not great at the beginning of the stream because it's just kind of really trying to catch up to just being live. But we listening to something weird happen here. Is this still the same song? No. There we go. For some reason that wasn't updating right. Anyways, so like I was saying, hopefully now that we have the light shining a little bit better in front of me, hopefully that'll increase the quality of my camera. I think it just was one of those things where there wasn't a lot of there was a lot of stuff going on, just visual stuff that was not working very well. Alright, so I should have a chat up, which should be good. Okay, so we got 600 cash. Trying to remember where we were yesterday. We did sell off a lot of our materials. Our ship has been scrapped. We got some good levels coming up. Just adjusting my sound quality there just a little bit. Okay. So the question is, do we want to try a new bigger ship? So this one costs 300. So we get 840 cash back on that one. What about this one? This one is 400 bucks. 800, 320. There's 1100 bucks back. Yeah, let's try it. We're gonna spend the 400 bucks on this big ship. We're gonna test that one out and see how that one plays for us here. Alright, let's drive our truck on over here and let's check our contracts. So looks like we need 774 pounds wood, 4 desks, 5 cupboards, and 5 wardrobes. Second one is 4,000 high alloy steel. That'll be kind of a task. What else? 2,500 iron, 550 copper, and 6 gas tanks. We got some copper already. Last objective, the most valuable one. is we need 55 pounds gold, 265 pounds acid, 88 pounds aluminum, 5 monitors, and 12 cabinets. That's a lot of stuff that we need to collect for that. Some copper in that, get some free copper in that. All right, so we're gonna use the ladder. We're gonna check in up here, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, looks like there's lots of electrical stuff here. You might be able to quickly grind this up, open it up to grab. Lots of liquid here, that's nice. Lots of oil already. Like that. Appears that did work. Okay. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of these over here. Alright. Free money from these. Well, not necessarily free money, but pretty quick resources collected from these objectives. Alright, we're just grabbing a bunch of the junk here so that we can throw it on over to our truck. Break these brackets. Breaking brackets, not plates. So the crane, we do have the crane upgraded to rank 3, so that has a lot of speed added to it. It's now 3 times faster than base, which will be pretty cool. That should help us get a lot of these materials super fast. So yeah, it's already like dropping over there. I love to see that. Alright, gotta break the last shipping container on this ship real quick. Alright. My autosave just tried to go off, but couldn't. Cool. Let's fly our way up here. And we're gonna collect all the resources on top. Looks like we got a couple more crane things. These are iron and low alloy steel, so this is just pure metal. It's about 300 pounds metal. It does get wasted if I break anything underneath it. So it's definitely worth just grabbing it, especially with our cranes, super fast speed. Should collect them pretty quick, making life easy. Let's see what else we're doing. Yeah, we gotta grab all this garbage here. Is that over there? I can get in here. Alright, so this is where a lot of our stuff is actually going to end up being. We got the chairs, the tables, we got a couple of TVs. Oh, got another trophy object here. So congratulations, you found the drink. Tuna travels incredible distances during migration. Some tuna are born in the Gulf of Mexico and travel across the Atlantic Ocean to feed off the coast of Europe and then swim all the way back to the Gulf to breed. Yeah. That's one of those things that I heard a lot of information on by watching what is it, Wicked Tuna, I think, a TV show about the tuna fishers, and yeah, they got lots of cool stories about you know, how fish act and how you can use that to your advantage. All right, how are we looking? So we got our iron, we got our copper, so we need gas tanks and a ton of high alloy steel. Gold, we have a little bit of our gold already. We got a little bit of the acid. We have completed the aluminum. We need a couple more monitors, a couple more filing cabinets. And we have 2 of 5 of our cupboards. So we're starting to collect these materials, which is great. I definitely love seeing more of those materials coming out. Alright, looks like our crane is officially done with all the stuff. That did nothing for me. This does not go downstairs. This side is going to be my downstairs side. It is interesting how well they recreated, like, the life of being on, you know, a ship, and how odd the placement of things is. Because, like, I mean, that's a big thing with a lot of like Navy ships, that there's just like one way to get to where you need to go. And then there's also like unwritten rules about like which direction you're heading in. You know, like this one stairwell is exclusively a downstairs. You know, you can't, if you're not going down, then you should not be using that staircase. But I mean, that would make sense because it's all about efficiency. You know, it's built minimally, so your goal is to use it as efficiently as possible. That looks like a wardrobe. A couple more of those. Fuck. I'm gonna break a hole in this wall just so I can get out. A lot easier to throw it out through there. Alright, looks like collected everything on this floor. This is, yeah. Fine, we'll leave that down there. Alright, so yeah. Come through here, come down here. It's actually a little bit more prevalent, the ladder situation. It's a little bit more prevalent on some of the bigger ships. This one's actually a fairly small ship overall. Comparatively, I guess I should say. Whereas, you know, some of these like super massive ships that are basically just like floating cities, those are the kind of ships that will definitely have a lot more. Excuse me, just hit my microphone. We'll have a lot more of like the one stairs on one side versus the other side of the ship. Alright, bunch more garbage to collect. There's a monitor. I needed another monitor. How are we doing here? There's another monitor. Main tanks, an electrical box. Alright, so it looks like we're about 3 filing cabinets short. I am gonna run off and throw this in there because I know there's a lot of stuff that I need. There's all of our monitors. We still need 3 more filing cabinets. We need 1 more desk, which is actually nice because that's not a lot left. And then we need 3 more gas tanks. Alright, looks like we gotta go 1 more level down to finish collecting everything. Lockers, boxes, first aid kits. You know what? I am gonna place that right there. So it costs $50 to put one of those in. Which is, I think, gonna be worth it instead of just leaving a bunch of the crates everywhere. I would much rather fill up that crate. Okay, am I gone? Ooh, there's my propane tanks. Alright, I'm gonna break this door here so I can get into this room. These two rooms, I should say. Ooh, lots of stuff in here. Alright, those are clear. On to the next area. Oh, there's already one in here. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. Doesn't hurt. I'm probably going to actually need another one, which is kind of funny. So, not a waste. Definitely would have been better to just use that first one first, till it was empty first. But, not the end of the world. I do have movement speed in this game set to like max. I think there's only 2 settings for speed. So you can actually set it to normal speed or fast speed. I am on fast. It just makes your run speed a lot quicker. Which is nice when you have lots of stuff that you're moving around, or you know, if you're running back to buy stuff or like trade stuff in. Okay, looks like we got another crane object here. Lots of fluid stuff. There's another propane tank. What's over here? Not much. But a little bit, though. Alright. Let's see. This room should be clear. On our way back in here. Collect what's left. Okay. There's a crane object. Not one in here. Not one in here. There's one here. Empty currently. And we got this one here too. Alright. We're gonna quickly run floor by floor and check to make sure there's no other crane objects. I don't believe there is, but I would like to just triple check and make sure that I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm missing that. Is this down low? No, it's up top. Okay. How do I? Interesting. Let's see how to get in there. I think I have to go up. I think I'm gonna have to go down into it. I'm not seeing anything else that needs to be grabbed by a crane, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna sneak our way into this room here. Or not. Let's see. Can I go one over? Yes, there we go. Hey, there's another crane object here. Alright, I can turn that off. And then make a door outside. I think we're good though. I think we're officially have all the stuff loosened up. Let's throw that in. Yeah, looks like we can just do everything this level and above can just come down. I don't believe there's any other objects that are large objects or crane objects. So we'll do that, and I guess we'll find out. You know, we'll just run around and we'll break all these rivets around the outside and the inside. And release the upper floors to the ground. Do the whole lap around the outside here. Alright, so we're back to square one. Now we gotta do all the inside. Going a lot faster than it used to. I'm glad we're still on top of the hammer upgrades though. We got our hammer to a high enough level that this doesn't really, or it only takes the one hit, which is very important. There's a lot of plastic on this ship, which means that's going to be a lot of non-metals, which will be really cool to see. Okay, got that. Here. Then I think we're good. I think once I finish this room, and this outside section here. Alright, this should actually pull everything apart. Let's test it out here and see if everything breaks. It did. Stop hitting me! Oh man. It is interesting to watch it kind of break in little sections like that. So I don't know if there's, I wonder if there's... Interesting. I wonder if there's a setting for it. Ah, there we go. I did have a setting. which I believe actually was saved from my old computer. So now we are officially on an upgraded computer, and I'm also running a dual PC setup. So I actually have a second PC that I'm running my streaming software on, which is really great. It limits the requirements for my main PC. So I could buy like a minor upgrade to my PC, and then it's a massive upgrade because I offloaded the streaming. Alright, we're just gonna keep collecting a whole bunch of this garbage here and try to clean this up. And then I think we have a handful more of these. I really just want to get all of these big panels and stuff out of the way so I can see a little bit better. And also have a chance to... Wow, my inventory fills up so fast. Even with like such a high level crate, because our crate is currently 2 levels away from max, even with that high of a level of crate, it still takes no time at all to fill that. That could also be because I'm grabbing 4 objects at the same time. Probably. We'll blame it on that. I'm just grabbing tons of material at the same time. Versus just grabbing like 1 or 2 of these things at a time. This ship actually doesn't seem too bad. I did not mean to do that. Ship actually does not seem too bad for the time it takes to do the job, which is great. I love that it's a shorter. I mean, it's a big ship, but it's shorter objective-wise, so it doesn't take nearly as long. To get my money out of it. Jeez. Alright, we're almost done with all these upright panels. We'll send the crane in on that. I think that's it. So once the crane grabs that, we're actually only we're a little over halfway on the high alloy steel, which is great because that is gonna be most of my weight getting thrown into the missions. The missions are gonna take the full 4,000 high alloy steel, so that's 4,000 less metals that I'll be collecting. So is the crane done? Yes, the crane is done. Okay. Now that we got that taken care of, just trying to grab some of that high. That was not what I wanted. Alright, we're gonna clean this up here for a little bit. We do have a crate here that we placed down, so I can use this as storage. Ugh. It's really worth throwing it once the line is green. If you throw it while it's still blue, that's essentially just tossing it. It does have to be green, and then it's basically locked on to your location, either the truck or one of these storage bins. Right. Just trying to clean up this big machine, this big engine, so I can throw the material, so I can throw the crane on it. Looks like it's a saw release. These are pretty easy to get. That was pretty quick. Alright, so I think once this is pulled out of here, pretty sure we actually have everything. Yeah, unfortunately though, with these large structures in between the brace structures here, we're not going to be able to really get the whole thing to just release. We definitely could do probably from here to that side of the ship. I should be able to do that in just like one go. You need to break the ceiling tiles though. Alright, and then this should release this part of the ship from the other side of the ship, allowing this to free release. Let's make sure. I'm pretty sure there is going to be an edge piece too that I'm also going to need to release. Yeah. Alright, we're just going to throw you over there. Alright. I guess now we get to go down the line here. Ooh, it was going too fast, it was making me a little dizzy there. Right, down the line on this side until we hit our release part. Right there. Alright. Portion of this here, take care of as well. Those spots. Alright, so we got that released from the edge, so this should be pretty close to just releasing and fully letting go. We gotta get down this side here to our breakpoint, which is right here. I have to collect these because they do actually block your your vision, so you can't actually smash any of these rivets. Even if you were smashing in the right place, it still wouldn't consider it valid because it's not in the right spot, or the boards block it. Okay, so we got all the ceilings done. So now I just got to pretty much go around here, and we're going to release all of these floor panels, or the wall panels, sorry. Ceiling, walls now. Once the walls are done, we should be able to break it and let everything fall from this section of the ship. As a reminder, because there's those divider portions over there. It's only going to be about a third of the ship, I think. Which is better than nothing, but it's definitely not going to be like, you know, the entire ship's going to fall apart because I broke all of these boards. It's not. I'm not able to do that because of the because of this right here. So should be able to. Yeah, I gotta break that too. That should be fully disconnected. Okay, so we already got that side. Check, make sure everything inside here is done. Gotta get these while I'm at it. That out of the way. Still got to do all of these walls over here. That room done. Hallway. This room too. I already did the ceiling here, so at least right there, so I can avoid the ceiling there. Get through it quick. One floor, one ceiling, one floor. Technically, I don't need to do these as long as I get that. I believe everything has been released except for that. Give it a try. See what falls. Break this side too. Break that too. Oh, everything should fall. Is it this? Do I have to break this too? Is that what I'm missing? Oh. Oh, it's this. There we go. Now this should break. No? Still missing something? What did I do? That should be disconnected, so this should not. This should be letting go. I don't know why it's not. That's interesting. Alright, I guess. So I guess let's just start collecting these panels here. Let's see if we can find one that is still attached. This shouldn't matter. That's not connected to anything. Did I find the one section that's magical? Oh. This is what I'm... No, I can pick that up. I was missing one rivet. I guess that's what I get. Alright, we're gonna have to keep collecting a whole bunch of this stuff so we can clean out view here. which will allow me to drop that in there. All right, we have a ton of crates just hanging around. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this crate's big enough for all of the materials here, but I have a feeling we're going to end up having to use the other one as well anyways. Yeah, because this is like 80% full right now. Alright, we're going to gather all the garbage off these loaders over here, or this one machine. And technically I can throw this with, or I can actually have the crane come grab this, but it's going to pull everything up into the air and some of it's going to go flying, and I don't want to do that if I don't have to. It just works out better when I don't do that. Alright, well, that one's officially full, so I can throw that over there. Bring out our crane, we'll grab that. So these blowtorch locations should be open now. Good news is my torch is strong enough for these ships. Alright, and all of our contracts are done. We did it. Technically, we could just be done right now. I think it's definitely worth grabbing some more of these, because this is... it's actually not that much. Here's the question, though. Is it worth grabbing... It's in this room. Let's do it. I'm gonna do this the cheese way, though. I'm just gonna break the ceiling open so that I can release just enough to have the crane come in and grab this. Versus actually like breaking all the walls. I think we're kind of reaching the point now where it's actually not really that worth it profit-wise to continue to collect the materials outside of... Yeah, because this, I mean, these are 500 apiece. That's actually pretty decent weight. That might be worth continuing to grab. Yeah, let's do the same thing we just did. It is going to be a little bit bigger section, though. Just to make sure there's enough room for everything to fall. Alright. Same thing. Smash all these rivets in. That should clear up most of this stuff here. That was not where I wanted to throw that, but that's fine. Alright. We got all that. We'll grab that and that. While the crane's working on that, that in my truck. That one in my truck as well. I gotta go 6. Ooh. I got wood up here. Wood and plastic, and I want that stuff. Ooh, look at all the metal down here. Surprise! Alright. Now, we got that here. Yeah, we'll drive closer. Get this into the right area. So, yeah, about 500 metals out of those. I got one more going, I think. Let's go complete our contracts real quick. Make some bank. And just like that, we're up to 1,700 cash. So that's dropping that right now. Once I see the pop-up for that, right there, we can now go sort. We have 20,000 in our truck and another 20,000 in our warehouse. So total 40,204 pounds. That's pretty nuts. That is a lot of weight. I am going to trade off, and we're going to get that 10% just to auto sort it. That is so much sorting. If you were to do that, you would be there forever. It might be worth it if it didn't matter, but I'm only playing, you know, an hour or 2 hours at a time. It's not exactly worth spending, you know, 40 minutes on that and then ending up with, you know, nothing. Okay, so we have all these upgrade. We own every upgrade that we put in here, or that we have purchased. We're gonna need the saw and the torch upgrades. I'm gonna buy the next 2 of those. That's definitely worth it. We were just shy of the 1,800 for that. Speed for that's gonna help. All right, we're gonna call that there, and then I'm gonna buy a bunch of these upgrades. How much is this? 70 bucks. We're gonna buy the gloves upgrade. That just adds 10% speed on that. You can see the torch takes a lot of liquids. Right now, 451 for the tier 6 upgrade. Which is expensive. The saw also takes liquid. So we're going to grab that one and that one. We are down to 503 cash. But we've officially upgraded our gloves to level 7. Our crate is level 8. Our torch is 6. Saw is 6 as well. And our hammer is also 8. Our crane is officially level 3. We need a lot of money in order to upgrade that. I believe it's 5 grand cash. That's going to be rough. Let's check and see here. So if we sold, yeah, because it's 0.02 per pound, right? Yeah, because 46 pounds gives me 42 cents. But if we were to sell all of that, we got an extra 400 bucks out of our metals. It's worth just dumping the metals unless you absolutely need it. Like, the hammer upgrades require metal. If you're going for those upgrades, it is definitely worth keeping the metal. But if you're just doing ship after ship after ship, it's worth it just dumping all of the metals that you're saving up, because it can be a good chunk of change that helps you to either afford the upgrade or afford an upgraded ship. So I've officially grabbed the 300 cost ship, the Mariner here. And I guess we'll just start collecting. We'll see where we're at. I guess we can go through the contract super fast and see what we need. So we need 3 sinks, 2 first aid kits, 2 metal racks, 6 fire extinguishers, 4 ladders, 5 monitors, 3 fans. We officially have the metal racks, so that one's knocked off. We need 2,400 low alloy steel. We need 1,000 wood, 300 plastic, 660 copper. We need 2,000 iron, 270 acid, and 77 gold. So this is gonna be a big one. It seems like there is a lot to do. Let's release some of these brackets first and start getting some of these big things out of the way if we can. Just make room and make it a little bit less cluttered. Ooh, there. Got big oil. Alright, we got that out of the way. We got one more crate that we can get right away. Alright, now that that's going here, switch to 6 here, and we're gonna climb our way up. We got some more metals out of these wings on top. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're like exhaust. Alright, now we got those taken care of. We can go top to bottom and start grabbing all of the materials. With the goal being, actually I might as well just keep that only at 42. Before we break anything, we're gonna need to watch for a gas line. Gotta make sure that we're not blowing up the ship, because that gets expensive. You can lock yourself out of completing tasks. Oh, nice. Here is our trophy. Congratulations, you found the Space Marine. Snow white birds, albatrosses, enjoy special care and even a cult among sailors, for there is a belief that these birds will dwell the souls of sailors who died at sea. Interesting. We all know how superstitious these sailors are. Always have, always will. Nothing there. Looted. Put a little bit more in here. Alright, I gotta pick up this so I can get through the wall. I do need the wood, so it's good to grab it right now and get it out of the way. Alright, toss that in there. Why that didn't throw in, but that's fine. Alright, we're gonna go one more floor down. And continue to grab the materials. Alright, we're gonna make another hole right here. As usual, who needs a door when you can make one? Ooh, that's actually the edge too, that's interesting. Alright, filling up our truck here. Okay, so we do have stuff here that we need the crane for. What about the one level up? I don't believe there was anything. No. I think we're safe to burn to the next level. Ooh, there's one outside that I missed. Alright, get the crane to grab that super quick. Alright, how are we looking? So we got our metal racks. 4 of 6 extinguishers, 2 of 4 ladders. So yeah, looks like we're missing a lot still here. So I can just break to this level here. Ooh, there's more fire extinguishers here. Alright, I'm gonna try something and see if there's anything in there that was needed. Alright, so this level appears to be done. I have everything from it. So we gotta go down one more floor. And we're just gonna keep collecting all of this here. It's like mostly cloth and stuff. There's a couple more metal racks, lots of fluids. That was weird, it did not want to lock onto that. Right. Just keep scrounging up all this scraps. So it does appear there is something electrified over here. Can we find a way in? Yep, there's a door right here. Nice. That makes my life easy when there's a door. Fell in a hole. Alright, let's check and see. There's nothing above. Okay. I'm gonna do this to make my life easier when throwing into this crate basin thing. Just a couple more here. And then this should work. For me to throw materials in easier. There we go. Alright, just need a little head clearance there. Alright, there's a bunch more fire extinguishers, a lot more fluid stuff. Okay, so we gotta get that. Gotta get this. And then, oh, I still have this room to loot. Alright, so here. And see how we're looking. So there's stairs up. Still more stuff in this room. Alright, so we should be pretty good overall. Okay. So we're gonna go up our one floor here. So we can get... This one here is the only one, I think, actually. On this floor. Am I right? Yeah, I gotta be right. Okay, so, I guess we'll just start smashing all these rivets in. Right. Right, almost done. I think I have like 2 rooms left to smash around. Can't reach it. There, cool. It is far enough out of the wall that I can actually hit the rivets. That is nice. Oh, I guess I was wrong. I got one more room. We'll have to get some stuff on the outside, though. And it should be good. Yeah, this should be right for it. I got second guessing myself there. I was looking at the floors and was like, is this the right level? Because if I break all of this and it breaks something, I'm gonna be unhappy. I definitely want this to work right. It's gotta be this for you. Alright, we'll try it and let's see. I messed something up. Unless it's this ladder here. Throw that all the way over to my truck instead. It's actually not looking like I missed anything. Oh, it's this right here. That's the only thing I was missing. Hey, there we go. That moved a lot smoother. Oh, I'm full. Let's go upstairs here. Still floor most of the place here. Alright, we'll clean this bad boy off real quick. Oh man, I wish I could hold like 10,000 pounds so I could just grab like everything here and move on. But instead, it's only 500. I'm pretty sure I just threw that in that basket thing. Not what I was aiming for, but I'll take it. Grab that. Alright. Keep grabbing all this junk. Alright, we're just gonna test and see. I'm just gonna collect a lot of this like stuff that's in the way, so I can tell what can or cannot be taken care of. And then we're definitely gonna have to grab this giant thing eventually. We're directly at that railing, not where I was aiming. This stuff is so heavy. Alright, that was pretty easy. And I missed. Alright, where are we at? So I got that. So now I just keep collecting all this junk. Pretty sure that's about to be full. It's a little bit more room in there. So yeah, we're just gonna keep grabbing this garbage here. Still more room. I am cool with that. While we have a second, I'm gonna break this. We're gonna send. Release our buddy here. And this should give us a pretty good opening to run the crane through. I gotta say, Mr. Crane Operator is good at his job. He is accurate. I open a little square like this, like literally the size of the pallet, and he's able to drop the crane in there and call it a day. Looks like I got a little bit more room, not much though. Still not complete yet. £528 in this bad boy, and it still has room? What? Alright. We'll make our way in this room. And then we'll need to check, do a quick double check on where we're at numbers wise for all the stuff that we have. Should be enough, right? Yeah, those 4. Ooh, our crane is done for a second. I think that's good, right? Of course. Alright, there we go. Got everything out of there. Game crashed. Alright, we'll back into it. So, as a note for you guys as well, I was able to figure out the sort by hours played, which is kind of cool. Allows you to see the games that you've played and how many hours you've played them. So we were talking about this last stream. Now that I figured that out, I officially have the most hours in Warframe, apparently, at least on my Steam. Granted, this is not taking into account any of the console hours that I have for some of these games. Like, obviously, I only have 116 hours in Skyrim, but I also have a lot more in other games. All right, so let's go back to playable here. We're gonna open this back up, and we'll try it again. Try to dive back in. Alright, we'll continue. I'm pretty sure it had just saved too, which is awesome. Makes my life super easy. Yeah, because I still have... Oh, I guess I kind of need my truck over there. Okay, so we're doing all right on wood. We need 2 ladders. We need... Oh, we're short on monitors. So actually, I think we're pretty far back. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly just the top. No, it had to. It had just auto-saved, I'm fairly sure. We're going to use this ladder here, and then we'll check and see where we're at. Did we get... Oh, yeah, here we go. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I was halfway through breaking this apart. Alright, we'll have the crane grab that. Let's check these other sections over here. Nothing else craneable there. Nothing crane here. Already got that craned out. Isn't there... I think there's more to this ship. There is. Alright. Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of sinks there. That was one of the things that I was short on. Oh, I just completely skipped over this. That's my bad. There's a ladder. I just have, I think, one more ladder left, right? That's just an opening. Slide over here. Okay, so I think what's left, the monitors and fans, should be in that. I whipped. Too much fadeaway. Okay, so we have 4 of 5 monitors. We're missing 2 fans, which we completed the sinks. We got the sinks. So now, oh, yep, looks like we got all the ladders and the fire extinguishers here. So it looks like the only thing we need left is the monitors and fans are in there, and all 3 missions are completed. I don't think there's anything else really worth my time in here. So we're gonna grab this, toss that in our truck. We're gonna run and complete these objectives. The contracts, sorry. Contracts 240, 300, and 600. Sweet. We are back up to 1700, even though we had just spent down to, what was it, 800, 900 bucks left before we bought the ship. I don't remember. So we actually do not have a lot of materials. We have a total of about 20,000 materials left here. Yeah, 1988, 88. Do the quick sort. Ended up with 3,000 equipment, just shy of 2,000 metals, 14,500 metals, just shy of 2,000 non-metals. I'm pretty sure I said metals twice, and 1,300 liquid. We need the liquid. That's valuable. And if we check the equipment's super expensive. It's 10 cents per pound, I believe. So, you know, the 9,000 pounds equates to $404. That's not actually as much as I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to sell that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need those materials. Now that we've put everything in inventory, we can swap on over to a new ship. Next ship is 1,200 bucks. The contracts are more than doubling the investment. That'll be worth it. There is almost 2,000 pounds of liquids and 3,000 pounds of equipment. 109,000 metals on this ship. Let's buy it out. That'll be the last ship that I do on this stream today. This will take me quite a while. A winch can be used to detach the hull from the ship. However, before using it, ensure that all connectors and adjacent floors on the hull have been destroyed, and there are no obstructions between the winch and the hull. Cool. So you can peel it like a banana. We'll have to try that. See if it's, wow. This is a short ship. There's like none of the ship left. Interesting. I did not mean to run into that. Alright, we're gonna park our ship kind of right here off to the side. All right, what do we need? So we're gonna be on the lookout for the bridge modules, the monitor, 5 monitors, cardboard boxes. They want 35 of them. Jeez. 3 first aid kits, 6 metal lockers, and 4 air tanks, as well as the other random materials that are needed. Oh. Yeah, this one's interesting. You know what? We have the money. I'm gonna go upgrade my rope a couple of times. I think I need the distance. I don't think the 33 meters that I have right now is enough to make my life easy. Which these are. Which is it for the next one? Yeah, I'll buy that one too. Camp safe. The rope is just really helpful for getting into places that you need that are a little bit harder to get to. So now our rope is 41 feet. We got a nice fancy hook now. I'll pull it out here. Looks pretty cool. Looks more like a knife versus a hook. But, yeah, let's see what the difference is. Oh, yeah, I can hit this now. That's nuts. That is such distance on that. This is gonna be a pain to deal with. So before I even try to start breaking anything, I'm gonna triple check and make sure that we're not playing a game with fire here. Just do a quick run through and make sure there aren't any. Oh, I made that. Sweet. Yeah, we're gonna do a run through and just make sure there aren't any gas lines that are incomplete or not shut off. Oh, so much. Inventory fills up so dang fast. Hey, I can shut that off quick. Sweet. Makes my life a little easier. A lot more cardboard boxes hanging around everywhere. This cardboard box mission seems to be pretty easy to complete. Doesn't look like there's a lot of option to fail. I guess I need 35, so it's possible that's possible to mess up. Oh, we found our next trophy. Congratulations, you found the Helga. Many stories have been told about the illusory, pernicious songs of the sirens. They tempted the sailors with their charm, but no one who met them on their way escaped alive. Mermaids were already mentioned in Greek mythology, half woman, half bird, and in Roman myths depicting the most common image of half woman, half fish. Odysseus also knew about the dangerous charm of these Greek femme fatale, who during one of his adventures wanted to hear the sirens sing and still survive. To this end, he ordered the crew to tie him to the mast and not untie him, even if he begged. The sailors themselves had to put wax on their ears so as not to hear the dangerous sirens singing. When the ship and its crew had successfully passed the island, the disappointed mermaids, out of shame and anger, threw themselves into the abyss. Okay, that's a story, if I ever heard one. Interesting. Good to know. So unsuccessful sirens decided that they wanted to kill themselves instead. Alright. More on you, I guess. Alright. I believe I looted... Nope, I was missing some in that floor. Okay, so we got our boxes. We're missing 2 first aid kits. We got our lockers. We're missing 2 air tanks. We have 3 of 5 monitors and 0 of 5 of the bridge modules. I'm not worried about the bridge modules. Those are way up top, so I am not worried about finding those. It's the other stuff that I am a little worried about finding. Let's go up a floor, and we're gonna keep doing the same thing. Just keep on collecting. My microphone is currently in the way of my player, my inventory space. It does sound like there is one more active electric function. Kind of hear it in the background, just a little beep beep here and there. All right, that's interesting. Hey, oh, well, it's a good thing I was just looking around and not breaking anything, because that could have blown me up, and that would have been bad. All right, yep, there's the electric. Ooh, we got a big room. All right, now for the fun part. Magic. I can fly through windows with my hook. Right, so we got that shut off. I think we have all the electrics shut off. We'll have to double check though and be careful not to mess that. I was hoping that would bounce in. Unfortunately, it did not. Was hoping that went in, because that is a couple of things that I need to put in. We got these on this ship. It's the first time we have seen these on the ship, I believe. Got all that looted. We're gonna go up one more floor. It looks like we got a lot of stuff showing up here. Let's go up one floor. Throw that in our truck. Here's all of our bridge modules that we need. Make sure I don't hit anything with that. Alright. Ooh! We have officially hit the point where it takes 3 shots to break these. That's gonna be annoying. Alright, we're gonna have to upgrade our hammer next. Hopefully we have enough stuff for it. This on this side looks like we got pretty much everything. There's a little bit of plastic there. I can pick it up later. Don't necessarily need that yet. Okay. Now for the fun part. Saw does not do a ton of damage on these. Still takes a half second. It's not too bad though. Alright, well my crane is grabbing that. I'm gonna break the rest of this. Alright, 3, 2, 1, there it is. Alright, now I gotta wait for the next one to go through as well. And once that completes, I'm gonna grab this one. I don't know why that won't let go. We shall check from the outside. Just need like 3 more damage in order to be able to just 2-hit it. And I'd be okay with 2-hitting. Like, 2-hitting is enough. Oh, it's because that stuff's in the way. Okay. I'll deal with that later. In the meantime, we got one more. We have to get into and do the same thing. Ooh, almost missed my jump. Alright, so we're gonna break that. These. Have the crane get that. Alright, crane grab that one too. Alright, we're breaking out again. Okay, so let's double check here. There's no... no crane objects over there. It looks like we are short 1 monitor. 2 first aid kits. Okay, so we're short 1 first aid kit. That's nice. We need 1 more air tank. There's a monitor there, which we needed. Better oil. What's in here? That's a crate with a bunch of stuff in it. What's that? Oh, that's a rack. Nothing in there. Okay. Nothing else around here. There's a little bit of fabric. Okay. Nothing there. Alright, we're gonna go up 1 floor and see if there's anything else. I'm not seeing anything. Alright, I think I have like mostly everything. Oh, the only thing I'm missing is in here. This door. There we go. Ah, there's my first aid kit. Looks like some crates, some random garbage. There's an air tank. I needed that. Alright, I'm full. Let's run out super quick. Down again. Alright, we're going to use our magic trick. I can't walk through that section here because this is in the way. So you do have to use that tool, the hook tool, to get yourself out. Alright, I'm going to open this up. Cool, got the door open. So what do we have left mission-wise? So we need aluminum, which means I need those crane objects. I need high alloy steel, which are also going to be part of the crane objects left, and then wood. Just a tiny bit of wood left. I guess let's just do this real quick, and we'll get this frame, and this should be enough to get me the wood done. Oh, come on. There's the wood. We got one mission done. Alright, now we need exclusively the aluminum. Alright. No. Go back up. I feel like I'm playing Spider-Man right now, trying to fling myself up. Alright, I don't believe there's anything crane required on this floor. I do have to go up one floor though. They do need all of those. Those are worth a lot. I need what, 1800? Oh man, I really want to get the other hammer, but I need the... I don't have enough materials. So yeah, all the extra stuff is just done. It's just like bulk materials now that I need. I'm gonna break this wall because this wall is jutting against this this is what is next to that giant thing that I was working on outside. Crane cannot reach the load. So I have to open this up more. So let's see. If this is enough. Break that. Break that. Is that enough? No. Oh, I was hoping. That's fine. We'll just destroy this stuff here. I'm gonna continue to break these. Unfortunately, because it takes 3 hits, this will take forever. If it only took 2, it would be fast enough that it wouldn't be necessarily noticeable. It definitely would be slower than my one-hit break, but it also wouldn't be super bad. I don't want to break that floor, though. Why is it doing that? Oh, I wonder if it's this. No, I'm pretty sure it's this whole wall up here. Alright, that's fine. Was hoping I could release it. Because how much is this worth? It's 1100 iron. That's actually a pretty decent amount of iron. I mean, it's only like 20 bucks, but I do need the iron because now I need the hammer upgrades. And the hammer upgrades are going to require more and more metal. And this objective also needs a lot of metal, so... Or the contracts need a lot of metal. This will take a long time. Keep smashing. You know, I'm curious how strong you would have to be able to swing a hammer like this fast. Like, you'd have to be really strong. And to do it consistently, too. Like, it'd be one thing to just do it for, like, you know, five smashes. But, like, to continuously, like, just repeatedly smash this hammer into a solid object is just ridiculous levels of strength that would be required for that. The question would be what kind of hammer this actually is and what its weight is. It's like, if you just took a standard sledgehammer, I'm pretty sure, like, even that would just require a ton of strength. Should be mostly good here. Whew. Yeah, because this is the floor that has every craneable object. Craneable object. I don't know why I said it that way. But yeah, like, oh gosh, I need a hammer upgrade really bad. If we can get the aluminum or the high alloy steel, if we can get that, like, there would be enough money for me to afford the upgrades I'm looking for. Because even, I think, one upgrade would get it down to 2 smacks. Or potentially even down to 1, because I'm almost max on my hammer. And it costs 1,800 bucks, and I already spent all my money, so never mind. I probably will have to complete more than one, or just this far right one. Alright, I can't do this one how I want to because it's too high on the floors. That's weird. That looks like it glitched. I will have to find out. 'Cause yeah, I can't even... That's all messed up now. I don't know how to get that. We're just gonna keep collecting all the materials I can. Hopefully. Did not mean to fall out of that. Of course. Why wouldn't I hit the wall with that? There we go. See where we're at. Alright, I think I have mostly everything taken care of now, so I should be able to just break that, and that should close all of that stuff. I am gonna need some effort to get rid of this. Go away. So that should be released now. Fully. Alright, I'm gonna use this and see if this helps break these walls. Oh, there's like... There's invisible... That was weird. They were broken, stuck on the wrong side. Alright, I think I can do this from the other side, so we'll throw that in there. Alright, let's check and make sure. Hopefully, well, I'm not really gonna check anything. I'm just gonna send it. We're gonna break all of this stuff and hope that I did not miss anything that requires a crane above. I don't think I did, based off of my run-throughs. I don't remember seeing anything anywhere near where I'm looking. But also, I've been wrong before. So I'm not necessarily expecting it to work exactly correctly. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. These walls are all going to need to be broken and then re-broken. So I got one more set of rivets that I got to break. Actually, it's like I could hit through. Nice, that's helpful. Collect all this that I possibly can. Giving me room to see what's left and what needs to be broken, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just exclusively this wall. Because, yeah, this one's not connected. I mean, that's connected, but I don't know if that's load bearing. I don't know if that'll actually affect it. I mean, I guess we'll test. Run some gaming myth breaker, because I'm pretty sure Mythbusters is copyrighted. Okay. That one, that should break. Ooh. Surprise! Everything broke, and I didn't get the warning that I lost money, or I lost stuff, so I think we're good. Actually, I should be able to collect most of the aluminum from all of those pipes for the gas. So it's good to know that that does not affect it. Interesting. Okay, so this is still locked. I don't know what I need to fix for that to be fixed. Because, like, this should be... Crane cannot reach the load. What does it mean? Is it this? Alright, there's something broken about this right now. It's like broken. I don't know, like there's nothing blocking the way. I don't know why this is saying that there's stuff in the way. It's like everything above it's gone. All the connectors are destroyed. The crane just can't reach. Oh my god. There's a ladder somewhere in there. Oh, is it this? Does this need to be disconnected? Is that what I'm missing? Oh my god, that's so lame. Alright. Oh, I'm disappointed that that was the issue. Fine. Oh yeah, I broke the stairs. Oh, come on, just jump. Oh, I swear to God, this game has to be annoying. Okay. You need to go away. Okay, just clean up enough so that I can kind of see. I'm also trying to grab all this high alloy steel and the aluminum. I need that. So we got this job's done. What do we got left? What I have left is a little bit of aluminum, and we're shy about 1100 high alloy steel. Good to know. This is all high alloy steel. We'll grab all that. Alright, we're doing pretty good on the high alloy steel. That's copper. I don't really need that, but where are we at? Alright, so I have that high alloy steel. I need that too. In. All right, so we have about half of our aluminum, and we'll need about 600 more high alloy steel. That's actually not bad. Let's go down a floor here, and let's see, is there any more crane things? I'm not seeing crane things. Oh, there's stuff in here. We already got all that though. All the required stuff at least. Whew, that was close. Not seeing anything. Nothing crane. Nothing crane. Okay. Let's... I think we go one more floor down. If I remember right. Yeah, if we close this level, that should be everything, and then we should be able to get the crane stuff and be done. This is going to be a lot of hammering, though. This is why it is so worth it to keep on top of your hammer upgrades and not slack. Not spend your money and effort and time on anything other than the hammer. Because honestly, if I had not bought the 4 upgrades that I had, the 2 for the saw and 2 for the what's it called? The torch. If I had not bought those, I actually would be I think I probably would have been able to afford the hammer upgrade. And I mean, the materials for the hammer upgrade are actually really cheap. So, or they're just high volume materials. Because it's usually non-metals and metals that you need for the hammers. So, I don't know, we'll see. Obviously this objective here the objective right now is to get the next hammer upgrade so I can afford to do this, because this mission actually is pretty quick, and I use that term loosely because actually this has been like what, 40-minute boat transformation or boat destruction. That's actually not as short of a time as I thought. It is kind of nice though, because I'm gonna get a big bulk paycheck at the end of about $4 grand on top of what I have currently. So 1,800 of that is gonna go towards the hammer upgrade. And after that, honestly, after that, I actually probably should do another crane upgrade. Maybe not. Crane upgrade actually isn't that much more worth it right now. It's only worth it when I'm doing missions where I am using the crane constantly. Or if like the only objective is to use the crane, or like all of the crane objects are enough to complete your objectives. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, at this point we're pretty far through the upgrade trees for all of our tools. I mean, I only have 2 hammer upgrades left. I only have 2 crate upgrades left. I only have, I believe, 3 hand upgrades left. 4 upgrades left for both the saw and the torch. So it'll be nice to get those out of the way too. Like I said, the crane's not necessary, but it probably is going to be worth it to do. But like, I mean, you can see here, like this is a torch requirement. Our torch is pretty underleveled for this ship, but I don't need it. I can just break it like that. Who needs to use the torch when you can just do that? Okay, so we're gonna break that. That's gonna break everything down the wall up to that. Do that one too. And that should break all of this stuff in here. Yep, it did. Most of the stuff actually. Did not break those. Alright. So now we gotta collect all of these panels to get them out of my way so I can just hammer everything left. Did not mean to throw that down like that, but that's what I did. You know, I definitely could break my way in to that area and use the hook to get myself in there, but I don't think it's really that worth it. Hey, some more copper. Okay. What's left? We gotta break these nodes for the walls. And unfortunately, I think I am going to have to detach the ceilings or the floor outside. I think with this ship, we're gonna like bare bones complete the objectives and call it there. I'm not planning on looting much more than that. Which essentially is going to come down to using that using the crane to grab all these remaining objects. Okay, so should be able to do this, and that should break like all of this stuff. Maybe not. Alright, that should break all the way down there. Cool. Alright, and we do the same thing on this side. Just trying to release everything. That's how I do that. Alright, just trying to release everything that's left. Great, the last panels, I think. I am looking at this correctly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to release all this top stuff too. Stuff too. It just keeps coming. There's just more and more and more to do. What's great though is we're actually making progress. We're you know, upgrading, and you know, it's actually not taking a ton of time to fully upgrade all of this stuff. I mean, it is taking time, but it's not like crazy amount of time that's being invested in this right now. You know, a couple hours, and we managed to get like a handful of upgrades. I mean, as of right now, I've been streaming for about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. We've managed to get we got 4 upgrades, 2 upgrades for the torch, 2 upgrades for the saw. We also managed to get our upgrade for the crane. We finished upgrading that. And then we're actually doing pretty good on money otherwise. Even still, after spending all the money on that stuff. The only thing is, obviously, the upgrades get more expensive the more you play, so we're kind of reaching that point where the upgrades are going to be more and more difficult to come by, or to manage to afford. Because right now, like the two torch, the two upgrades to the torch and the two upgrades to the saw, the total amount that I spent on that was like what, 240, probably about $1,000, $1,500 maybe, because it was I believe it was 120 for the tier 5 upgrade. The tier 6 upgrade was another 240, so 360 a piece, about 720, plus the cost of the actual upgrades themselves, which also costed, I believe, about it was like $60 and then $70, or like $50 and $70, something like that. Yeah, so we're looking at, you know, roughly 500 per 2 upgrades for the lower tiers. Now it's $1,800 for just the blueprint for the tier 9 hammer. So that's going to be an adventure when we get there, but we need it. I mean, obviously, we're to the point now where it's taking a lot of, I mean, 3 swings to get through these rivets. It's massive time waste. You know, obviously, you have to play to make the money. You spend money to make money, which we're doing. It's just I did not put it in the right spot, for efficiency's sake. The question is, should I go up and break these? Or should I call this good and then go around? Yeah, because I already got that one, right? Yeah, it's up top. Okay. Oh, I have to get both sides on these now. Just doubled the amount of work. It's fine. It'll be worth it. When this whole thing comes apart and I can use my crane to collect all of the materials left, we can complete the missions, and we'll make $4 grand. That's the goal. That's our goal line today. Just get that $4 grand. I am doing a little bit more than I should. I just want to make sure this whole thing collapses, though. I don't want to have to come back and get a couple more nodes after I smack everything to drop. This whole thing should come down. Should. Another quick save. Alright, so that should cut off. This one. We'll get this one too, just to get it. Should be good. Release. Just checking to make sure that each one of these panels that are coming off are going to be enough to fully release from the edge of the ship. We are almost there, and then this whole thing should just come crashing down on my head. Let's see it. It's going around. You can see it breaking in the distance there. And stopped. What did I do? What went wrong? Oh, it's this. I missed this. Alright, cool. Break that, and now everything else should break here. Yep, I did the extra pieces there. I'm glad I did that to make sure that was good. And this is not gonna fall because this is in the way. Yeah, because I have to... to this. You know what? I think I actually do have to go up, and I have to remove all of these panels here. Oh, that sucks. So close, but so far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, I think there's another set on this side that I have to release. Oh, I have to disconnect it from the top because there's enough ship in the way. That sucks. All right. That, and now I'm gonna pull all of these off because I still have to hit the rest. Lowers should be good. Looks like it. Need to get the upper parts. Alright, now that should drop. Maybe not. I think that's in the way. So is this. Alright, and this is the last one. I hope to God this is the last one. Yeah, here we go. Surprise! Bringing the party to you. Okay, let's move all this crap out of the way now that we've cleared most of it. I think I want to take this out first with the crane. I have too much. That's why it's not working. I thought it was like out of position, so I couldn't grab it. That's not what I wanted. Fine, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna unlock this real quick. Broken. Wait, what's this one worth? This is 265 of the aluminum that I need. So, we have... Dude, so the only thing that we need right now is the aluminum. I managed to get what was left of the high alloy from all the stuff that I broke and collected. Alright. Said I'm not going to collect a ton of this stuff, but I do need to clear enough. It's worth using the crane to grab the other machines because they have fluids in them, and the fluids are really expensive and hard to come by, so I will continue to do that. Because I don't think it would be worth... Because, what is this worth? This is 1,800 pounds. That's actually not bad. But it is just metals, so I don't think it's actually that worth the time and effort for it. Soft. So this should be enough aluminum. What is this one? This one's got... That's oil, that's all metals. This is... Yeah, about 1,000 metals. That's actually not great. I can't see anything. Alright, that didn't work either. Well, let's see. Can I get rid of all of this garbage? It's in the way. Can I grab it? Yes, I can. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the rest of these back in my truck. And we should actually be done. That should be all of the missions that I wanted to get done. Not what I wanted in the truck. It might be worth grabbing these though. Just sitting money. Alright, cool. Throw all that garbage out. Oh, come on. Okay, is that... There's one more crate that somehow managed to fall in the middle here. Grab some wood, non-metals. There's my last crate. All of our achievements are done. Our contracts are completed. We're gonna run over, finish that up. Contracts, 960 bucks, 1200 bucks, and another 2400 bucks. We're at 4800, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So before we do anything else, I am gonna grab our hammer blueprint, and it is 3600 for the last upgrade. Okay, we're also gonna spend 1800 on the next crate. We'll check and see if we have enough materials for this. Hammer requires non-metals and metals, and it's actually not a lot. It is 450 bucks, worth it. We need equipment and non-metals plus 450 for our capacity, and we officially have 2 level 9 upgrades. So we got a fancy looking hammer now. Let's check and see how much damage it does. So before, it took us 2 and about a third smashes to break these, and now it takes just shy of 2. So that will massively speed it up. Not only that, but we also gain a 10% increase in how fast we swing the hammer. So that'll be pretty profitable for our uses later. We're gonna run back. We're gonna close out all of our inventory from the ship. It looks like we got about 7,500 in our warehouse and 23,500 in our truck for a total of 31,000. We're gonna auto sort, have our system loot it for us. We got 24,300 pounds of metals, sorry, 3,200 non-metals, 300 liquids, and just shy of 3,000 equipment. The 3,000 equipment is actually pretty valuable. Let's see how much that's worth. That's wrong station. Here we go. Alright, so we're up to 11,000. We got 500 bucks from that. Let's sell all of our non-metals and all of our metals. We got another 450 bucks. So everything but the liquids. The liquids, like I said, are the hardest to come by, so we're gonna avoid that. So I am gonna leave that there. We're gonna scrap this up here, and then next time we'll start it back up, and we'll reevaluate where we're at. We have made a lot of headway. We officially have the tier 9 hammer. We have the tier 9 box. So we can hold up to 619 pounds. That is massive. Where we were at about 550 before. So pretty huge upgrade on the inventory there. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. We got decent progress. So we'll be back at it soon, and we'll try this again, and we'll see how much further we can get. Again, the goal is really just to get max tier upgrades. You know, keep getting the cash, keep getting the materials, keep upgrading, and try to hit the max level. Thank you again for joining me, and we will see you next time.